Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Okay. Hey, look everybody, my daughter doesn't know how to make biscuits and gravy, which is also known as the military SOS, was shoot on a shingle.
Doesn't that look good?
And so what I do is I put a little bit of butter in the pan and I fry the beef up. But while we're talking about, while we're waiting for this to fry up, me and the wife, I don't know if we're going to be able to keep the cat, man. I mean, her eyes look like I socked her in the eye.
No, it looked like the kitty socked me in the eye.
No, it looked like somebody gave you a black eye, man. I'm telling you. Allergies are just overwhelming. She can't touch the kitty. She can't pet the kitty. Anything the kitty touches, she touches it and she swells up like a puffer fish, like Mrs. Puff. But anyway, you get your...
For those on the younger generation, that would be from SpongeBob SquarePants.
And I did do a video about my dog and try to get everybody to understand, just trying to help people out there. Some people find the video offensive. Hey, what can I say? I ain't in there filming him now, which he's still at it. You know, he loves that pillow, and I focus my attention on him, but let's not waste a lot of time on that. But anyway, I'm just trying to keep this channel real and film what I go through in life. But my daughter does not know how to make SOS, and it's I'm not going to say exactly what the military called it because that'll be cussing, but you can guess. SOS on a shingle, something on a shingle. We'll just say that. So you get all your sausage ground up and chopped up into the fine little pieces. You want to show them a close up down there? Got to get it all chopped up in fine little pieces. And let me tell you something, if somebody is trying to watch their cholesterol or calories or anything else, you might want to go easy on the gravy whenever you pour it over the bread. So I'm gonna dump the heat all the way off and take all this, try to get all the, most of the sausage, pork sausage out. What we're trying to keep here in the pan is the butter and the pork. I know y'all are saying, wow, that looks like it can clog your arteries. Yeah, it can, but you're not supposed to drink it. You're supposed to just use it as a topping on top of your bread. There's also, you'd be surprised how many people do not know how to make gravy.
I don't know how to make white gravy. I can make a lot of things, but not gravy.
Okay, and that's what we're left with in the bottom there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in here in this flour, and we're going to what I call a roux. It's what you call the roux. R-U. I don't know how to spell it. I just know that's what my daddy taught me, and that's what it was. It's called a roux.
Your dad or your grandmother?
My real stepdad. My real dad. He was a dirtbag. I always beat on my mama. But anyway, that's a little dry. That's a little bit dry. So just keep the camera over there, honey. And
Then you want to add some milk.
Yeah, and you want to get your roux going to where it's you want like kind of like a paste at first. You know what I'm saying?
All we can see is your hand moving.
That's a little. I don't like my gravy lumpy.
But Lumpy does like to be happy.
Limpy. We should have did this live stream. They could have been talking to you. They could have been asking questions. I think we're going to start doing a live feed. Me and her hadn't really talked about it, but a set date to where everybody can get on here and just ask me personal questions. Even the trolls, I guess you got to answer their silly questions too.
There are no silly questions. Maybe silly answers.
this is the part where you gotta really focus on dissolving the flour completely, because if you don't, you're gonna have lumpy gravy and you're gonna get powder chunks in your gravy. It's got to be an even pudding paste.
It wouldn't be better to use a whisk.
Yeah, I guess you could use a whisk, but we don't have a whisk. Okay, that looks like it's finally thinning out the way I want it. Then I know there's gonna be a lot of people that disagree with this, but now that we got everything it's just an even paste.
But look, let me say something.
Huh?
You want to show them how the consistency is.
All right. It's like a thin pudding is all. You know, it's like a thin, it's not real watery. That way it gets your grease and your flour and everything all mixed up. And then I turn the heat full blast. And then I take, I guess I should have been, I don't know how to make it in measuring cups. This is just how you make it. It really doesn't matter exactly. You don't got to be exact on your measurements. But what you're looking for is the heat when it hits the, I don't know why it does, I can't explain the chemical chemist. I'm not a chemist or nothing, but when the heat hits this milk and flour, the flour will dominate and it will make it thick, real thick. And the key to making good gravy is you got to time it perfect. A lot of people say, well, why you turn the heat on high, completely high, is because that's just the way I've always made it, man. It takes longer. You might want to try it on low for yourself if you want to try it on low, but now you can see there's no lumps in this mix. I guess you could put the milk in there first. I don't know why my father told me to make a roux first. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe other people can keep the comment, leave their own comments on here and try to help out with this, with you know, the comments, and try to help to where somebody, my daughter, she doesn't know how to make gravy, and I know she's going to want to have gravy sooner or later, and I might be gone out of this world and other people can learn how to make gravy, but this is how I've learned how to make the gravy.
She knows it's just pointless to ask me to do it.
That would have been better to leave in there to mix with the flour.
But those of you who have heart problems, high cholesterol, watching your weight.
Yeah, maybe this ain't a dish for you to eat.
You know.
Maybe this is why they don't make gravy no more.
But it's the same concept, using low-fat ingredients.
Because I don't like to use that much salt.
There he goes.
It only takes a capful. That was a little much. Gives it kind of like a.
And that was Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. It gives it kind of like a. It's just a. That is my design. I accidentally added some Worcestershire sauce in my gravy one day because I didn't have no salt, and it does work, and it also kind of makes your gravy a little bit sweet. You don't want to put too much in there; it'll overpower the rest of the ingredients. But as you can see how it's starting to thicken up. See? And there's your gravy. You can keep cooking it off until it gets really thick.
If you want thicker gravy, keep it on there a little longer.
Keep it on there a little longer. If it gets too thick on you and gets real doughy, put some more milk in it and repeat the process. Now, gravy by itself like this is very bitter tasting. So hold on, let me get a spoon. You gotta taste it. And I can't tell you how much.
You're not so specific.
I can't be specific, man. Y'all just gotta taste it until it gets where you want it. You know, to where it starts tasting like gravy.
And when you do have it on the fire, you want to make sure you keep stirring it.
Yeah, you don't want to let it sit. Need a little bit more salt. Maybe I ought to start measuring it. I don't know how to measure it, man. I just know how to make it. That's weird. How you can make something and you don't even know what the measurements are. You just know you make it. Okay, that's about right. When it comes to pepper, I don't know. I've never put too much pepper in gravy for some reason.
Yeah, you have.
I have. I just think the more pepper it is, the better the gravy is in my book.
That's your book. But this is going in my book. This is my belly.
Okay, so we won't do so much pepper. I would have put more pepper in it, but... Here, you taste it. Let me hold the camera. Yeah, my son's got to do the laundry. We're all in here sorting laundry.
Tastes fine to me.
Tastes fine? Tastes good? Okay.
Hurry up, I'm hungry.
I had to add that to it. Then you put the pork back in the gravy.
It's simple to make.
It's cheap. I think this meal only costs like
And it does fill
$4 to make.
And it does fill you up.
Depends on how much your milk costs. Our milk up here in Fort Worth, Texas, costs $2 a gallon. You go to Louisiana, it's $5 a gallon.
Yeah. You can live right next to the dairy farm, and it's still $5 a gallon.
Yeah, in Louisiana.
I never understood that.
I couldn't understand it neither. You can live right next to the. We live right down the street from the dairy farm, and the stores in the area. It's still $5 a gallon, and down here in Fort Worth, it's $2 a gallon.
I guess Louisiana has high-priced cows. High-maintenance cows. All right, so there you go.
That's it, huh? Let me taste it one more time, make sure. That is the bomb, man. That's good gravy. My grandma used to scold me. And when I do something wrong, she'd say, Stevie, come in here. Good gravy when you take your shoes off.
That's some good gravy.
That is some good gravy. Anyway, say goodbye, babe.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Limster out.